Hello, let's review our exam. So I'm going to be reading to you today. Feel free to stop this if you need to. So for number one, which table correctly classifies statements about weather and climate? For this one, it is for weather. Is it hail can form in thunderstorms and have strong winds? Climate, the high temperature for Tuesday was 28 degrees Celsius. B, weather, there will be thunderstorms tomorrow in the afternoon. Climate, the month of February has had the coldest temperatures on record for 30 years. Weather, August has the hottest temperatures each year. Climate, a cold front is expected each week. So this one is weather. The high temperature for March is usually around 20 degrees Celsius. Climate, there are clear skies with no chance of rain for the next 4 days. So which one is for weather and which one's for climate? That has a proper explanation or characteristic. Next, in a complete sentence or sentences, compare weather and climate. So you can start off by saying weather is this and climate is this. Okay, so complete sentences. Number three, which layer of the atmosphere does weather take place? What does weather take place in the mesosphere, troposphere, thermosphere, exosphere, stratosphere? Pick one. Feel free to pause this video, okay? Number four, select all that are factors of weather so that you can select more than one answer here. All that are factors. Is it Earth's rotation, humidity, air pressure, temperature, Earth's changing distance from the sun? Which one affects the weather? 5. What is the primary energy source for all weather and climate? Is it Earth's gravity, rotation, the sun, or the oceans? 6. The weather and climate are influenced by interactions involving sunlight, the ocean, the atmosphere, ice, land, and living things. Is that true or is that false? 6. This one talks about the Coriolis effect. You don't necessarily need to read this, but how does a movement of warm water in the Pacific causing an El Nino alter weather patterns? So I'm going to say read this in here. So occurrences like El Nino in the warm phase of the El Nino Southern Oscillation, commonly called ENSO, is associated with a band of warm ocean water that develops in the East Pacific pictured. Okay, so use this information here and to put in your answer for number 7. El Nino is accompanied by high air pressure in the Western Pacific and low air pressure in the Eastern Pacific. El Nino affects the global climate and disrupts normal weather patterns, which as a result can lead to the intense storms in some places and droughts. Thank you. Number 8. Which of the following would weather forecasters be concerned about predicting in the event that a certain geographic area received an excessive amount of rain in a short period of time? Is that flooding, typhoons, hurricanes, or tidal waves? Number 9. Complete the sentence below. Weather includes what? Does it include temperature, pH, salinity, precipitation, and humidity? Does it include humidity, pH, precipitation, wind, and pressure? Does it include salinity, temperature, pressure, humidity, and wind? Does it include temperature, pressure, precipitation, humidity, and wind? I'll give you a hint. There are some things that we have not spoken about, such as pH, so those would obviously not be the answers. 10. Which of the following statements best describes the climate of an area rather than its weather conditions? Is it A, the summers are hot and humid? B, the temperatures at noon are 86 degrees? C, the total rainfall on April 9th was 2 inches? Or D, strong winds are expected tomorrow evening? Which is the best statement that describes the climate, not the weather? 11, you have to classify each of the following as either weather or climate. So for this one, you're dragging and dropping for weather and climate. 2016 and 2020 are the warmest year since 1850, so that one would be under climate. All right, so click and drag. Now do the one for the rest. Next. 12, select all the statements that are true examples about weather. A, today we received 3 inches of snow in Portsmouth. B, the average yearly snowfall in Portsmouth is 22 inches. C, the average temperature in June has increased over the last 5 years. D, last week the daily humidity was about 45 or 54%. Or E, the wind speed tomorrow is expected to be 5%. Okay, there's more than one answer. There could be more than one answer. So everything that's true about the weather. 13, Angela is hiking through the Great Smoky Mountains. How will the weather most likely change as she climbs higher up the mountain? Will temperatures decrease and air become thinner? While temperatures increase and air become thinner. While temperatures decrease and air become thicker. While temperatures increase and air become thicker. 14. Use a drop boxes to label each weather condition. So is it stormy, sunny, or snowy? So on and so forth. Okay, this one is a reading of the passage. So use the passage Wild Mississippi Weather to answer the following parts. First answer A, then part B. Which two words could replace deluge as it is used in paragraph 4? So let's go to paragraph 4. And it says it here. So this is because the hot and the cold air meets and becomes unstable, causing a thunderstorm. Thunderstorms bring a lot of rain that could lead to a deluge. Cars and houses get damaged by rising waters. Rivers overflow and roads wash away. Strangely enough, the water becomes gone the next day, and this never happens. So does a deluge sound like a flood, overflowing water, a rainstorm, a snowstorm, or tornado? You can pick more than one answer. For part A. For part B, it says which piece of evidence from paragraph 4 supports the answer for part A. So whatever you picked, if you picked flood, then that needs to support that it says flood. If you picked overflowing water, then that sentence needs to say that you selected something along the lines of like water rising. Okay, things of that sort. Next. Which a science lab group is building a weather station to study how forecasts are made. Which instrument will best help students measure weather conditions? Is it this one? This is like a telescope to see the stars. This is a barometer. This is a microscope, and this is a anemometer, so wind speed. Okay, so weather stations, which will be best used to measure weather conditions. Cool. Match the fronts with the correct symbol. This is a warm front, so which one matches a warm front? This one is the stationary front, so which one matches the stationary front? This one's unoccluded, so which one matches unoccluded? This is a cold, so which one matches a cold? 21. What are the names of the 4 major weather fronts? There's more than one answer. Please make 4 choices. The weather map below shows a portion of a low-pressure system. Which type of weather fronts are represented in the map? Is it a warm and cold front, stationary front, occluded front, warm, cold, and occluded front, or warm, cold, and stationary front? Select one answer. This one, we're labeling the fronts on the weather map below. So this one here, you can zoom in. What type of front is this? Is it a cold, warm, occluded, or stationary? And you're going to pick. And do it for the rest of them. There's drop downs for all of them. This one, what does H represent on a weather map? High pressure, high altitude, high moisture, or high temperature? What causes a front? Is it when an air mass moves, when air masses of 2 similar properties meet and form a line, or when 2 air masses of different properties meet and form a boundary? Okay, and that is it. Good luck. You can pause, rewind, do whatever you need. Slow this down as well.